Ryan Beasley, our meteorologist extraordinaire there. Thank you so much for working the radar right now. So there is red and green touching, so that means there is a winds changing within the storm itself. So we have rotation and some spinning in the atmosphere.
Tornado watch in effect until 10 a.m. for pretty much half of our viewing area, stressing along Highway 19 and west. So any of those cells that we're seeing out ahead of the front right now could actually do a brief spin up. Greensboro, those new little cell developments, looks like an inflow notch being picked up there, which means that that low level moisture is really being pumped in there. And as we put this in motion, you can really see how fast these storms are moving. Center of that circulation is having a little bit more of a northerly track within these supercells. There's such violent motion that a wall cloud or a funnel cloud, they can oscillate in the actual focal point of where the tornado could be, can change within the storm as the storm continues to strengthen. And another thing, Chris, people these days want to go outside with their phones and try and film a tornado coming. This, to me, seems like it's almost in the center of the storm, which would indicate a rain-wrapped tornado. A possible tornado, if it does get confirmed on the ground, I would most highly indicate it to be probably not visible if you are in the path of this storm. So don't try and go outside and take a selfie in front of a tornado. You want to seek shelter immediately. But it doesn't mean that some of you maybe going to work might see it in the distance or see it on the horizon, and you could potentially see if you have good view from the southeast. But right now we are continuing to track this storm. It's pretty violent storm, actually. We'll go back to the reflectivity and see if there's any new radar updates, which there is. So we're going to I'm actually going to get popped up here on screen, and we'll show you from our weather center what exactly is going to happen. As I put this into motion, we can see how strong this storm is. Right here, it's still continuing to move into Decatur County, Batesville. That storm is right on top of you. We're trying to use every tool that we have here with our new weather system. Really has a lot going for it. So again, let's show you with the radar scope, velocity scope, and zoom in to see if we can get a good visibility of where that inflow notch is with that circulation. As I zoom in a little bit closer, it seems to be right on top of the Georgia-Florida line right now, where we're seeing some of the stronger rotation at this point. I'm going to toss it back to Chris on the wall, and he will pinpoint exactly what's going on in Hammondtown, because that's where I think some of the stronger velocities are headed. I want to go back to radar,
okay,
and I'm going to spin it around to the west. This is looking east.
Yeah,
I saw the low-level jet in those clouds moving pretty fast. What I mean that is that the clouds in the lower atmosphere are moving really fast. So that's what I mean by low-level jet. And you can really see that in the clouds, cloud movement there. But we want to go back to radar so we don't make you dizzy and spin the alpha cam around pointing west with those storms approaching to our west. So we'll do that here in a second.
The camera around, and I'll talk about all the lightning that's going on too. That's another thing that we don't. When you talk about severe, you're not talking about lightning. There's no, but it is severe. This is severe lightning. Any lightning that hits your house and burns your house up is going to be severe. So we're talking about a lot of lightning now from Worth County right through Decatur County, getting very close to Bainbridge. There's a look at Moultrie, and you can see just the ominous nature of the clouds. Just a lot of. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. We're getting some reports on Facebook, a little bit of confusion. Sycamore, Florida is where our ticker is indicating that there was a tornado, not Sycamore, Georgia. Seems to be a little bit of confusion there as far as what Sycamore that ticker is referring to. We have no confirmed reports of a tornado here in South Georgia at this time. We are just dealing with tornado warnings that are capable of producing a tornado and stressing areas down in Seminole County at this time. Velocity couplet in a while. I'm going to stop this.
Go ahead and show that velocity. I think we just got a new tornado warning that has been extended north and east. This is a tornado warning for Colquitt, Mitchell, Grady, and Thomas County. We're showing. Is it updated yet?
Yeah, it's just updated.
All right. So there's some new information coming in. This is the extension of the stronger one that we're showing. Is that the one we're showing?
Yeah. This is it right here.
Right on. And so, yeah, excuse me, today's the day I get a cold. Anyhow, 806 developing tornado was detected by the Weather Service office southwest of Pelham. 10 miles northwest of Cairo, moving 40 miles per hour. And that is where we're seeing the strongest rotation right now.
Use a little stronger words with that warning, saying a developing tornado has been detected when that first warning was issued. And we have been really seeing that verify on our radar data at this time. But Spence, if you live in Spence, that's where the highest threat is right now. Meigs, I would take shelter there as well. Also up towards Cotton, be prepared to take shelter again. Some of these cities have been hit one after another. We call that training, where we see multiple cells go through a city over and over again. And this is round 2 or 3. We're expecting round 3 and 4 with a little bit more of like an hour delay rather than just 30-minute delay like we are seeing with this storm system right now. Let's show this. Let's show a little broader picture once again to show you exactly where these storms are headed and other areas that might get hit in the near future as well. So the primary threat will probably be training right along Highway 319 at this time. Areas up towards Tifton, you might see some strong thunderstorms. Funston, you might see some strong thunderstorms as well, maybe even a brief spin up there. But the only tornado warning at this time is to the south of Funston, or it includes Funston, but the center of circulation at this time is moving through Spence over towards Meigs and south of Pelham. So if you live in those areas, be in your safe zone at this time. Hartsfield, it seems like the main line has pushed to your east at this time. Same for Camilla. Camilla, you seem like you're going to get a little bit of a hiatus from the severe storms, but another line will head your way a little later on. Doran, you're getting some of the heavier rain activity. Within that, we're seeing frequent lightning. Moultrie, you're about to see some of the more significant storm activity at this time. And like Kay told us earlier, Moultrie Tech is delayed until 9 a.m., and that's for all schools. So I'm glad to see that a lot of schools are taking precaution with the severity of these storms as they continue to race across South Georgia. As I get rid of the watch box and also pause it just for a second, we want to look at the velocity scope moving right through Pence and Pelham. Might even see a little bit of small hail with this. Meigs, you seem to be in the path of the center of the circulation at this time. Moultrie, I would say you're in the most significant path of that possible tornado that is now north of Pelham, moving into extreme south western parts of Colquitt County. Looks like headed right towards 319, towards downtown Moultrie. Everyone needs to be a high alert there and seek your safe zone. And you can see on the storm track, these storms are going to continue to train, meaning going one after another. Areas that have been hit earlier are going to get hit again. National Weather Service did continue this tornado warning for Colquitt County, but it did cancel it for Grady and Decatur County, and that is because we're continuing to see it track to the north and east. Also, a lot of people are thanking us for our live stream. That's a great way to utilize our app, is the live stream. I also got a phone call about a viewer saying how the interactive part of our radar was not working. Well, the reason why it wasn't working was probably you weren't getting enough internet coverage for your radar to update. So even though you can take your phone wherever you go, you need service in order to continue getting updates continuously on your interactive radar. Also staying within on the live stream as well. Still, you can really see that we are dealing with a significant storm here with this cold air wrapping around warm, moist air. Let this storm pass before you head out. One main reason is blinding rain. We're going to see torrential downpours in a very short period of time with this. So it's not just a tornadic threat that is posing a danger for this storm system.